news. He's out on assignment at a big explosion in Northwest Houston and was not able to make it. He sends his regrets, but he's got to work, and that's a good thing because we're all part of the Chamber of Commerce. We understand things get in the way. So I'm your very inexpensive replacement for today. So bear with me. I'll get through this very quickly. You are free to start snacking on your food as well as we get through this so that we can get you back home. But if you'll keep it down to a dull roar, I'd appreciate it. During the Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce during 2019, we got some great recognitions. These are going to be our 10 and 20-year recognitions. So I want to right now, as we call your name, if you will please stand to be recognized. These are members celebrating 10 years, but hold your applause till we get to the very end. 10-year members include Plains State Bank. Yeah, you can clap. Also, from Edward Jones Financial Advisors, celebrating her 10th year, Diana Van Horn. Diana, are you here? We'd also like to thank Town Center Park Association, Tony, and we'd also like to thank SCORE Houston. Let's give them a round of applause. Members celebrating 20 years of membership, including the Houston Airport System. Thank you. And also the Rotary Club. Let's thank our 20-year members. Also celebrating their 20th year of membership, but not here today, is Minuteman Press of Humble, Connie and crew. Let's give them a thank you. Thanks so much for your support, participation, and partnership in the Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce. All right. 2019 was a remarkable year for the Lake Houston Area Chamber, and there were many accomplishments and much progress made by this outstanding organization. So I want you to hear just for a second a couple of the highlights noted that include the significant wins with recovery work. In 2019, the Chamber worked successfully in recovery efforts in conjunction with multiple entities and elected officials. Successful initiatives include the approval of the San Jacinto River Authority's temporary seasonal lowering of Lake Conroe for 2019. We were also working with Harris County to delay adoption and subsequently rework the initially proposed flood bond prioritization based on an equity initial to low to moderate income status. We were able to work with that and get that put back on track as well. The third thing that we did was FEMA authorizing the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to continue removing sand and silt from the Lake Houston mouth bar after emergency dredging had concluded. And then also the rejection of the Lone Star Groundwater Conservation District's proposed management plan, which further protects our area from subsidence and increased risk of flooding. In addition, the Chamber partnered with the Lake Houston Economic Development Partnership to distribute, get this, more than $125,000 in grant funding for businesses in the Lake Houston area impacted by Hurricane Harvey. $125,000 that our Chamber and the EDP was able to put together to help businesses recover from Hurricane Harvey. Those are grants. You do not have to pay those back. So we're very excited about that. Aside from the tenuous work of recovery, the Chamber continued its normal operations and welcomed more than 150 new members. A delegation of 20 business professionals went to the state capitol where we met with state elected officials as well as also the chief of the Texas Division of Emergency Management. We were advocating for legislation to help with the Lake Houston recovery and resiliency efforts. And they supported Representative Huberty's overhaul of state education funding, as well as bills to help relieve the tax and regulation burden on small business. So we've been busy. In addition, the Chamber launched several new programs this year, including the first Business Roundtable Luncheon with special guest Congressman Dan Crenshaw. And we also launched the Pinnacle Business Awards Luncheon, awarding small, large, and franchise businesses of the year. Jenna, if you'll make your way up to here to tell us about the Chamber's current campaign, is Jenna Armstrong, President, CEO, Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning. Thank you guys for being here today. I'm going on 14 years working at the Lake Houston Area Chamber, and in I think 13 annual awards, either galas or luncheon. I've been able to dodge speaking at any of them. This is my first time, and I'm breaking that long streak of dodging speaking at these events, but I think I'm doing it for a pretty important issue today, and that's our Lives Over Level campaign. By now, I'm really hoping that you've heard about this campaign, and it's regarding the temporary seasonal lowering of Lake Conroe for the year 2020. It's a decision that the San Jacinto River Authority Board makes. I'm also hoping that you've already gone to recoverlakehouston.com to fill out the online form and hit submit to send your letter of support to the SJRA Board of Directors. If you haven't, take out your phone right now. It literally takes 15 seconds to send that letter in. You know, and I know everybody's heard and has seen and has been chatting about this issue. It's quite contentious regarding the people that live on Lake Conroe who don't want their lake lowered, and the people on Lake Houston who don't want a large release of water shooting down the West Fork of the San Jacinto during the middle of a rain event. The San Jacinto River Authority Board planned 2 special meetings just to hear public comments on this issue. One meeting was held Tuesday night, and one is planned for Thursday, February the 20th, both of them in Conroe at the Lone Star Convention Center. There's several of you in this room that attended that meeting Tuesday night. Will you raise your hands? Everybody needs to applaud right now for these people that made the trip to Conroe on your behalf. If you haven't heard, and I can't imagine that you haven't, there are more than 1,000 people that were there that night. We had about 100 to 120 people that were there. The people from Conroe were wearing the red shirts that said "Stop the Drop." I'm sure you've heard, I'm sure you've watched. There were boos. There was a lot of high emotions. It was a very long night. I think we got home at midnight from being over there, and we started over there at 3:30 that afternoon. So what I'm here to say is we need your help. We need you to be there on Thursday, February 20th. We need the support from our Lake Houston area, and that doesn't just, it's not only Kingwood. We need Humble, we need Atascocita, we need Summerwood, we need Fall Creek, we need East Montgomery County, we need Crosby, we need Huffman, we need our neighbors. We need our neighbors to show up for our community. And we need you to be there to represent the needs to help protect our area from future flooding. Showing up is the no-brainer. It's the easy ask that I can make. But here's my real ask, and this is where a lot of people may disagree, and this is where a lot of people may not like what I'm about to say. But I'm imploring you now to help change the tone of the dialogue that is happening between Lake Conroe and Lake Houston. We were greatly outnumbered on Tuesday night, and the boos and the disrespect was overwhelming. And I know that you've watched the videos, and I know that you've talked to people, and I know that you're mad. It was hard sitting there, keeping your mouth shut, listening to all of that, seeing our elected officials get booed, seeing our superintendent get sneered at. It wasn't an easy job. But I am asking you, when you go to that meeting, which you just all committed to going, I don't know if you realize that. When you go, show them the people of Lake Houston. It's easy to get caught up. It's very easy to get caught up in that. But I know we are good people, and I know we are better than that. I was embarrassed that night for my good friend Brian Bondi, who runs the Conroe Chamber of Commerce. And we've talked since then, and we're going to be coming out to to both of our communities together to ask for respectful dialogue. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. I was not embarrassed that night by our people that were there. But I'm asking you to please show up and show them the people of Lake Houston. Show the San Jacinto River Authority Board and talk to them. That is who we are imploring to pass this. We are not trying to convince the Lake Conroe people. We're trying to convince the San Jacinto River Authority Board. And guys, this is a board who for 2 years has voted to lower temporarily and seasonally. This is an organization that has put on communication systems so that we get alerts and we know what the levels are. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. They have done work. And if we go and yell and scream at them, it is not going to help us achieve our goal. But if we go there and we thank them and tell them what you're doing is important and this is why, and please continue doing it and thank you for what you've done, that helps us get closer to achieving our goal. And it's hard, so I'm asking you, you are all community leaders. Every single one of you is a leader in our community. And I am asking you to please talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, and help spread the message of civility and respect and what our goal really is and what our focus really is. And that's hard on social media. I had to stop reading it this week, I have to tell you. But that's what it's going to take. And Lake Houston is better than that. And I want to show the people of Conroe who we are, and I want to show the San Jacinto River Authority Board who we are. So please show up. And before I leave, I have to take this moment because I've been singularly focused on this week, and this event is fantastic. And my staff has been working so hard on this, and this is something that I would usually be involved with at some point, and I have not. And I want to thank Chris O'Dell, who has picked up this ball, alongside with Demita and Cindy and Shannon and Carol and Jennifer and Mark. And they've worked so hard to allow us to be able to focus on this issue. So I had to get that quick thank you in really quick before I relinquish the mic. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. I was at that meeting. I spoke at that meeting. I felt like it was the Alamo there for a moment. It was really tough. It was very interesting. So we can't ask you enough. Please, please, please be there. What day is it? February 20th. Raise your hand if you're going. Come on. Everybody raise your hand, please. We need your support. And like Jenna said, we're not here to argue with Conroe residents. They don't vote. So you don't need to waste any of your time on social media arguing with Conroe residents. That does nothing. Spend all your time getting your friends, neighbors, co-workers to attend this meeting and showing support. We'll do that. All right, we'll put that to bed and we'll move on because today's a great day. As you've heard, the Chamber's been quite busy this past year working on behalf of businesses, residents, and your community. All this work and more occurred during the tenure of me. I'm reading Nate's script here, so I'm going to have to, the CEO of DNA Studios. We were able to lead it with 33 esteemed business professionals on our board who make up our board of directors. So everyone join me as I welcome to the stage me. Hey, welcome. Yay. Thank you so much. Good to have you. Appreciate it. Humor. All right. I'm going to the script here. Last year was filled with great accomplishments. It just seems like the other day when Corinne was handing the gavel over to me as board chair. When I think about the past year, I'm amazed at what we were able to accomplish. Our accomplishments would not ever be made possible without the work of our board of directors. So I'd like to thank them for the commitment to serving the Chamber. At this time, I'd like to recognize them who served in our board in 2019 and will continue to serve in 2020. As I call out your name, please rise and remain standing, remain standing, remain standing, and hold your applause till the end. My executive board included Erica Johnston from Chick-fil-A Wilson Beltway 8, the greatest Chick-fil-A ever. Jason Stubbe from the city of Humble. Danny Sullivan from Sullivan's Truck and Advanced Auto Collision. There he is. And Terry Vaughn from Walgreens. Terry. Not able to join us today was Tim Baker from Independent Bank of Kingwood and Corinne Price from Insperity. Our 2019 ex officio officers are Rhonda Arnold from Houston Airport System, State Representative Dan Huberty, and Mayor Pro Tem Dave Martin. Please give them a round of applause. That was our executive team. Now, if you'll stand up if you served on our board of directors. Ken Austin from K. Austin and Associates. Noel Cardenas from Memorial Herman Northeast. John Corbel from HCA Houston Healthcare Kingwood. Elizabeth Fagan, Humble ISD School District. Let's see, Jess Fields, Rosewood. Chris Johnson, Johnson Law. Deborah Rose Miller, Rose Realty. Brian Ruth, McCord Development, Generation Park. Emily Stander and Company. Not here today, but I want to recognize them. Connie Chandler, Minuteman Press of Humble. Lynn Cheney, Hope Photography. Nicole Christian, Pretty Little Things. She just had a baby. It's okay. Dr. Polly Heil-Mealy from Abundant Health and Wellness Center. Justin Hemperly from Centerpoint Energy. Trey Hill, Edward Jones. Carlos Lamontes from Deerbrook Mall. And Dr. Catherine Pearson from Lone Star College Kingwood. Please, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. There's still a special group of board members I want to recognize that also served on our board this past year, but they're on their last year of serving their term. I have a special token of thanks to present these board members. At this time, I'd like to invite up to the stage Terry Vaughn, representing our award sponsor, Walgreens, to help me present our gifts. Also, if you're a camera person, come on down so that we can get the pictures. As I call your name, please join me and Terry to receive your award and remain up here until we call everybody. These are the board members retiring their term in 2019. Mark Micheletti from Berkeley Eye Center. Mark. There he is. Come up. Follow directions. Come on. You got it. Also, Brandy Muse from Primrose School of Summerwood. And Diana Van Horn, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Diana. While they're walking up here, I'll let you know some that are retiring from the board but not able to be here today. Merle Aaron Jr. from Aaron Mechanical. Carol Brady, now with Home Aid Houston. And Pete Cerna from Cerna Insurance Agency. Thank you for all your commitment and hard work. Please join me as we give these retiring board members a round of applause. Now I'd like to recognize our volunteers. These are our leaders who took time to either chair a committee, board, task force, or event in 2019. And so if you are a committee chair, if you'll just start to make your way over this way, right now you can stand up and head over this way, so this will take a few minutes. Nice. We couldn't do it with all of these volunteers. We rely heavily on our volunteer staff, starting with Jessica Beamer, Leadership Lake Houston alumni. Thank you, Jessica. Scott Brady heads our Humble BizCom Steering Committee. Scott. Noel Cardenas, our Lake Houston 10K, 5K. Jennifer Carney, our Kingwood BizCom Steering Committee. Don Gaddy, our Summer Creek BizCom Steering Committee. Chris Johnson with YEP, our Young Entrepreneur Professionals. Erica Johnston, Leadership Lake Houston, Public Affairs. Adam McAlpine, helping us with Leadership Lake Houston. Deborah Rose Miller, who handles our Atascocita BizCom Steering Committee. Brian Ruth, who heads our Transportation Committee. Brittany Samperi with Ambassadors. Sam Schrade with Executive Committee. Emily Stander, Party on the Green. Danny Sullivan, our Harvey Small Business Grant Review Team. Jason Stubbe, our EDP Board. And Terry Vaughn, our Nominating Committee, Public Affairs. And Chris DeCamp with Ambassadors. A couple that couldn't be here, and we'll give them all a round of applause in a second. Carol Brady, who did our nonprofit roundtables. Connie Chandler, who handled our monthly membership luncheon committee, our seminar committee, and our Harvey Small Business Grant Review. Daryl Chandler, who handled our golf classic. Dr. Marley Morris, Lake Houston 10K 5K, and Dr. Pearson, our Lake Houston Planning Council. Dr. Guy Sconzo also handled our long-term recovery task force. Folks, these are the real workers. Give them a round of applause. And the smile you see is a smile of relief, maybe, of everything. Thank you so much. Y'all may be seated. We're so thankful for our 2019 committee and board task force chairs. If you'd like to be up here next year, talk to Terry. We could slide you in very easily. Yeah, I'm using it. All right. It is now time to get into our awards. So we're excited about this. Really want to thank everybody that came here today. Over 200 in attendance supporting these award and also with the Chamber. So each year the Chamber recognizes several leaders whose volunteer leadership stood out and made a lasting impact on the organization and community. Our first award honors an up-and-coming member who has taken a significant leadership role within the past 3 years and dedicated themselves to Chamber volunteerism. Presentation of this award demonstrates our gratitude for their outstanding contributions of time, talent, and exemplary service representing the Chamber. This year, the Rising Star Award is presented to Deborah Rose Miller with Rose Realty. Deborah is the current Chamber Board member who began her term in 2019. She served on the Party and the Green Committee, Membership Luncheon Committee, Public Affairs Committee, and she also attended the legislative trip to Austin. She served as a member of the Ambassador Committee and was also a dedicated volunteer for the past 2 years with the Total Resource Campaign. She's a graduate of Leadership Lake Houston, Class 7. Anybody in Class 7? 1. Okay, great. And has been a member of the Leadership Lake Houston Alumni Group for 1 year. Congratulations, Deborah Rose Miller, our 2019 Rising Star winner. Appreciate it. Oh, we've got some recognitions here.
So on behalf of the state of Texas, we honor you for all the hard work that you've done on behalf of our community, and thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone? Okay. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Deborah Rose has been in our community for a short amount of time, but has made such a great impact, and I'm so excited to give her that award. She has stepped up to the plate big time, and so we're glad that you're in our community now, and looking forward to a lot more work down the road with you. Our next award honors a dedicated Chamber member who embodies true commitment to the Chamber mission and goals, exemplifying a true spirit of the Chamber. This prestigious award is presented to a member who has committed countless hours as an advocate of the Lake Houston Area Chamber through more than a decade of service. This year, we are proud to present the Spirit of the Chamber Award to Dr. Catherine Pearson, President of Lone Star College, Kingwood.
Good afternoon. I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you today. About 9 months ago, we arranged to have the world-renowned expert in overcoming trauma come to our college, and it just so happens this is the day that she is there. I want to thank the Chamber Board for nominating me for this wonderful honor. It was a true surprise. That my only endeavor as a private business person was selling orchid tree seedlings back when I was about 10, so I could get money to go to the movies. Again, I want to thank everyone for this award. It is wonderful. We've got a great community, and basically, with all the needs that we've had, especially since Harvey, we all just do our part and step up to the plate when we know and see a need. So again, thank you.
Catherine began serving the Lake Houston Area Chamber Board in 2008, recognizing the importance of a vital economy in our local and regional area. She founded the Lake Houston Area Regional Planning Council, bringing together elected officials and other representatives from local and regional organizations in order to inform and improve local regional decision-making. Dr. Pearson has also served as a member of the Long-Term Task Force formed in 2017 as a direct result of Hurricane Harvey. Since she's not here today accepting the award, come on up. On her behalf is Mike Sullivan, Lone Star College Kingwood Board Trustee. So please join me in thanking Dr. Catherine Pearson, 2019 Spirit of the Chamber. All right, it's like the Grammys in here. This is great. All right. Our next award is the Chairman's Award presentation. It's established to provide an avenue for the chair of the board to recognize an individual who has made a significant contribution to the chamber during the board chair tenure. The Chairman's Award is given to a leader who has helped to advance the work of the chamber. This year, I had the great duty to select Chris Johnson of Johnson Law to receive the prestigious Chairman's Award. Come on now, Chris. Chris was selected for the time and effort he spent building the leading programs crucial to our membership and organizational growth. He's a chamber board member elected in 2019, and he served as the Young Entrepreneur and Professionals Committee Chair. He's a proud graduate of Leadership Lake Houston Class 5. Okay, and has continued to demonstrate leadership skills in all facets of chamber service. Hang on, Chris is an innovative thinker with entrepreneurial skills vital to our organization. I got to get a picture with Chris. Who wants to take a picture of Chris? I really appreciate Chris. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Chris Johnson. Chris is one of those guys that doesn't want recognition. It doesn't need recognition because he just wants to get it done. He's a very, very good thinker, and he's brought a lot of thinking outside of the box to our chamber, and we really appreciate it. He's super busy with owning a law firm and is also part owner of a advertising agency, so I don't know how he had time to come here today, but we really appreciate it. All right, moving on. I'd like to ask the following elected officials presenting proclamations to make your way to the stage as we prepare for our final award, the Hayden McKay, MD, Citizen of the Year Award. That will be Heather, if you'll head up, Dan Huberty, if you're up there, Kennedy Purser, Jessica Beamer, and Merle Aaron, if you guys will head up to the front. The Hayden McKay, MD, Citizen of the Year Award recognizes selfless public service by an individual, performed by the recipient on his or her own time and not in the regular course of earning his or her living or advancing himself or herself professionally. We are honored, too, to have several past winners with us today. Will all the past recipients please stand for this recognition? If you've won this before, please stand. Thank you so much for your time, your service to our community. This is our true servant leadership in our community. Thank you. So here to present Michael Carr with the 2019 Hayden McKay, MD, Citizen of the Year Award is Jess Fields with Rosewood Funeral Home and Cemetery.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Sam's doing such a good job moving this along. He told me I had 15 minutes to speak today. It's a great honor for me to be able to participate in this ceremony today to name Mike Carr as the Hayden McKay Citizen of the Year. Mike was a graduate of Humble High School. He was a graduate of the University of Houston, magna cum laude. He was a graduate of the University of Houston Law School. Mike has been practicing law at the same office on Main Street for 43 years. He was president of the Main Street Association, the Business Association, where he managed Good Oil Days Annual Festival. He also chaired the Boy Scouts Troop number 56 at the Atascocita Methodist Church for over 10 years, and Mike received the Silver Beaver Award for the Boy Scouts of America. He has given his time in supporting the local FFA, and even yesterday, Mike and his family purchased the Grand Champion chickens. Mike has been a loyal supporter of the Humble Rotary Club, helping raise hundreds of thousands of dollars with his efforts selling and promoting the annual fish fry. The Rotary normally sells about 800 $100 tickets. Over the last probably 5 years, Mike has sold over half of those tickets alone, personally. He's committed to this community, and he's committed to the youth of our community. The motto of Rotary is service above self. That is what my car is all about, helping youth and helping this community. There's one word that I have for Mike, and it's tenacious. Tenacious being that when Mike was a humble Wildcat football player, he was 5'6" and about 135 pounds. He took on giants, 6'5", 270 pound plus. Mike rarely lost because he was committed. He's been committed to this community, he's been committed to his family, and I'm proud to call Mike a friend. And Mike, you're very deserving of this prestigious award, the Hayden McKay Award, and there's a few people that we would like to hear from that is on video right now.
As Mayor of Humble, I want to congratulate Michael R. Carr for Citizen of the Year. That's just awesome. The city has called on Mr. Carr often for his advice and legal services. Mike has been a part of our city so long, he is a fixture here. Always involved. The Lake Houston area and the city of Humble are better because of all the Carr's involvement. Mike and Barbara, what a team they make. Mike was chair of the Boy Scout Troop 56, located at Atascocita Methodist Church for 10 years. Received the Silver Beaver Award from Boy Scouts of America. Mike's involvement with the Boy Scouts is huge. It took time, lots of it, weekdays, weekends, campouts in the hot and in the cold weather, rainouts, cookouts, foul-ups by the dozens, but in all, great times. Mike watched them grow into young men, grow to respect, honor, love, and know God, family, flag, country, and others before themselves. The last but most important is respect, honor, love, and know themselves. They have value. Mike's involvement produced leaders for the future. Mike has many other interests that need his support. HAM, Humble Independent School District Barbecue Cook-Off, Humble Independent School District Livestock and Rodeo, Humble Museum, Humble Good Old Days, the Rotary Auto Raffle tickets, most of you have tried to buy some, Lions Club, Chamber of Commerce, and the list goes on and on. But let's not forget the great crawfish bowl that he has at his home. Food and more food. My 3 words to describe Mike: always ready and involved. My description would be a little longer. Mine would be, let's get this done. We can talk later. Always ready, always involved. Thanks, Mike. Enjoy your honor. Citizen of the Year Award.
I've known Mike Carr since our time together at Humble High School. Mike was just a couple of years ahead of me, and we both played football, so I got to know him pretty well. So here's what I remember about Mike Carr from our high school days. He was a role model in every sense. On the football field and as a teammate, no one outworked him. He was a great competitor, tough, and never quit. Mike was committed to be the very best that he could be at his position as nose guard and also as a teammate. And while he might have been a bit undersized playing in the trenches, he excelled because he played with such great heart. And as a classmate, Mike was respected and well-liked by everyone. He treated others with respect, and he was fun to be around. And Mike was smart. He made excellent grades because he applied himself in the classroom and made it a priority. So, fast forward to present-day Mike Carr. These same qualities serve him very well. He is an excellent role model. No one outworks him. He's very loyal and committed to his clients and especially to his community. And he's respected. You see, Mike's a big part of this community because he's worked to make it a better place, giving back over the years at every opportunity, helping people and organizations in need. In terms of community service, Mike has quite a body of work, including extensive legal support and services for the nonprofits in our community, plus his work with the Chamber, the Boy Scouts, our Good Old Days Festival, and the Rotary, where he is the ultimate fundraiser. So, congratulations, Mike, on your well-deserved award and recognition. Thank you for all your efforts to make this humble community a better place.
You know, Mike, I can't think of anyone who is more deserving of being Citizen of the Year. You know, when I think back of our relationship, I think, first of all, in high school, when we were in student council together, and you were one of the real leaders. And of course, that leadership is carried forward with all of the things that you've done for the Boy Scouts, all the things that you've done for the rodeo, all the things that you've done for our community. And then also I think about you as a teammate. You and I were Humble Wildcats together when Humble was still a very small town and we were playing small communities in our area. And I was the center and you were the guard. And as a center, I never worried if we had a double team block that you were going to be there and that you were going to execute. I mean, you were a great teammate. You were our spark plug. And if someone had been elected Mr. Hustle, you would have been it. But then also I think about the relationship that you've had with me and my brother Jess as our attorney and as a fellow attorney. I have to tell you, I would grade you an A+, not just in knowing the law, but in how you apply the law. There's a big difference between, you know, knowing the law and being really smart, and there's something totally different to having good judgment and really representing your clients well. And Jess and I have always felt that we have the very best representation with you as our attorney. But when I think about our community and the people who have led and have been stalwarts, you know, not just for months, years, decades, you're at the top. So congratulations, there's no one more deserving.
You can tell my hello, hello. Hello? Now you can hear me. You can tell now my brother's trying to get lower rates with our attorney, so Mike, if you'll please come to the stage, we'd like to present the award to you. Let's give Mike a round of applause.
well, or to pass this on to all the people who have helped in getting to this position. I'm honored, extremely honored. A lot of people to thank to be here at this place. One in particular is one of my wife right there, my girlfriend, best friend, Barbara. Barbara's had to put up with me, and without all of her help, I probably couldn't have all the time that I've been able to do it, along with the work levels that we do. I appreciate you, and I love you. Also, this award's not just for me, it's for all the people who have helped us over the years. And some of those are here today, but I want to thank all the family, all the friends, our neighbors, our people from Humble that have stepped forward and helped out. You can't do things by yourself, but it's awful nice to have people that will step up and help you out. And we have that in this area. I've always been proud of Humble for that reason. This Dr. McKay, the name we're named after, that gentleman spent years serving people in this area as a mayor, as a doctor, but also as a mayor. Things that he didn't have to do and spend his time. He wasn't a rich man. I did his probate and his wife. I represented them years too, and I had that honor to do so. And when he passed away, you know, I feel the same way I'm sure hopefully he felt. And that is, you want to be at a point when you look back at the end of the road that it mattered. I was able to help. And this recognition, that's my definition of success, part of it. And this today helps me feel like I'm getting toward that goal. Don't want to stop yet, though. Thank you. I'll sell you some tickets after. We didn't get our tickets yet. Thank you. Thank you very much.
At this time, we'll start with Dan. If you'll come up this way, and we'll just get in line. And they've got some proclamations for you. Get ready to...
Mike, again, on behalf of the state of Texas, thank you for all the hard work that you've done for our community. You know, Jess was right. You know, he's a monster in Rotary for us, and an example that leads without saying a whole lot. And that says a lot about the man and the individual. And we really appreciate all the hard work that you've done. And on behalf of the state of Texas, congratulations for being Citizen of the Year.
Certainly appreciate your help. Thank you.
Your hands are going to get full real fast. On behalf of City of Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner and my boss, Mayor Pro Tem Dave Martin, I'd like to present you with your own day in the City of Houston. So congratulations, and you are well fitting of this honor. So congratulations, and thank you for all you do for our community.
Thank you very much. I might have to bring my ladder.
Mine's smaller, it's all right. You can hold it. On behalf of Congressman Kevin Brady, we thank you and congratulate you for being Citizen of the Year. So United States Congressman Kevin Brady at the 8th District of Texas issues this commendation on behalf of the United States House of Representatives.
Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you for your service.
Thank you for coming.
Good job.
Almost done with the proclamations, promise. I'm going to read this from Commissioner R. Jack Cagle with Harris County Precinct 4. It says, the Honorable R. Jack Cagle hereby recognizes Michael R. Carr with the Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award. As Precinct 4 Commissioner of Harris County, and on behalf of the citizens of Harris County, we offer our heartfelt congratulations on the Citizen of the Year Award. Your selfless service in our community is to be commended and recognized. We hope your example will continue to inspire and motivate our community to lend a helping hand where needed. Signed, Commissioner R. Jack Cagle.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
John, thank you.
Hey, Mike. First of all, let me congratulate you on Citizen of the Year, and more than that, thank you for being a citizen of Humble, Texas. We really appreciate you.
I enjoy it.
We know that we can call on you at the city, but more than that, if we was going to go look for you, we would just go someplace that someone needed some help, and there you'd be. You've always been there, you've always been involved, and we're just very proud of you. Thank you for all you do for our city, for our state, and for the law firm where you represent people fair and honest. We thank you for who you are, the Citizen of the Year. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
You can come back and get it all, so. Yeah. I'll be back. Well, one more time, congratulations to Mike, so. Isn't it great? Congratulations, buddy. And we'll let you come back and get all your hardware afterwards, so, okay? All right, congratulations. Okay, since we don't have our MC, we're going a little bit off, not necessarily off script, but let me try to get back here. Today, there's one more leader, I think, that we have to provide a special gift towards. You know, our past, you know, serving as a chairman of any nonprofit or serving on any board, I've been on tons of them, has its great times, its down times, and frustrating times. But every time you see Sam, he's always got a smile on his face, doesn't he? You know? And he's always happy. Now, I'm guessing that's because his wife, Casey, is such a great role model for him, right? And what he does. You know, I have a Casey too, so mine doesn't treat me probably as nice as yours does you, but so, I'm just kidding. But I think that the important thing for us to know is that the work that Sam has done on behalf of our chamber, and not just this year, right? But the commitment to be on the executive committee is so important. And we wouldn't have an association, we wouldn't have the work and the people like Jen and her staff that do the work that they do, are fighting for our community time and time and time again. And so, you know, we think about our past leaders and the people that have been board chairs like Jess Fields or Corinne Price and Mark Micheletti and many, many others, Dancy Shortsleeve that have come before us. And Sam, you've done an amazing job this past year, and thank you for all the hard work that you've done. And just because you're coming off as chairman of the board does not mean that we don't expect you to continue giving us money and continue to be a part of this process and helping us, okay? So you're not getting off without this, so I just want you to know that. So as we do every year, we're passing the gavel, and we have a special presentation for him. And so this says, presented to Sam Schrade, 2019 board chair for the Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce. And so this is his gavel. Now, I've already spoken to Casey. This does not work at home. So you can't call meetings to order. You can't have people stopping. But we just want to recognize you for all your hard work and the great job that you've done. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you.
Does it work at work? Can I use it at work? No, okay. Hey, will you give me a big thanks to the guys that made all the videos and shot all the stuff in the studio, my staff at DNA Studios, Brian, Van, Tim, all the guys. While y'all are eating, they're back here reading scripts and stuff like that. I appreciate them. We've had a great year, too, at work, so we have a lot to celebrate. Dan, thanks so much for this gavel. So the only reason I took the chair job was because I knew I was going to get a gavel at the end, so that was awesome. This is my absolute favorite thing. All right, as we pass the gavel, it is now time to pass the gavel to the next guy. And here at the Chamber, the passing of the gavel is a symbolic act performed to memorialize and recognize the changing of the guard and leadership of the Chamber. By passing the gavel to the 2020 chair of the Chamber Board, my heart is full with gratifying memories and experiences in the chair this past year. Is that my phone? I have my script. No? All right, I'll just have to go off script here to thank a few people. just kind of final words. This year's been an incredible year, and I'm really going to cherish all of it. And I really thank all the people that came before us. Robert Sitton, a big mentor of mine, all of the other chairs that have been a part of the chamber while I was on an executive team. I watched you, and I really looked forward to being you one day. And so I'm going to walk away from this experience, really hold it in my heart for a long time. I think we've done so many wonderful things, and kind of the one word that keeps coming back to my mind and the past year is the word teamwork. I've really enjoyed watching committees and chairs and everybody work together for the common good of our goal, but also externally, we've really had to work with the city, the county, the state, at federal levels to get stuff done. And I'm so proud of so many of our task force, our long-term task force. You know, we sit down once a month with just about every player in our area to talk about flooding. Never has that ever happened in our area. We're such a strange geopolitical setting where we have City of Houston, Montgomery County, Harris County, City of Humboldt. Our area is very, very unique. And so it's hard to get everybody to know what everybody's doing. But thanks to the chamber, we do that. And not only are we doing it once a month, but now we have the greatest communication now across our area because everybody comes and sits down. And the chamber is the one that's convening those people so that our community and our businesses can succeed. So I'm really, really proud of that. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up this next year. But I need to thank a couple people. Thank my wife, Casey, and for holding down the fort while we're always meeting and traveling and things like that. And my family. But I really want to thank Jenna and her entire staff. They've done an incredible job, yes. And it's really yeoman's work. I mean, it's not always fun work and glamorous work. Today it's a day of celebration, but the meat and bones of what they do is really not that glamorous, but it's really, really, really important. So I want to thank them. Just kind of in closing, I just want to thank every single one of you for being here, supporting our chamber. There's a lot of work to do. Jenna just was telling you, we have, on the 20th, we have something very important to do. So much more work. We've got some neat changes in store coming up, so keep in touch. If you're not a part of our chamber yet, come on, join us. We'd love to have you. We're looking for people like you. We have so many successful people out here. I look out in the audience. There's so many successful people here, and the fact that you're willing to be a part of our group is so exciting. So thank you very much. Let me bring up at this time, I'll shut up, Terry Vaughn, our new board chair, and it's now my honor to pass the gavel to the 2020 chair of the Chamber Board, Terry Vaughn, District Manager of Walgreens.
Oh, that one you're supposed to hand. He tried to forget to pass me the actual gavel. So, I was asked to say a few words about Sam, and I heard him a minute ago say that he only did this for the gavel. And I found out earlier this week that the chamber had to buy a new one of these because last year when they passed the gavel, Sam took it home. It was on a shelf in his house, and at a New Year's party, the chamber found out why they didn't have a gavel anymore because he was storing that. So that was all true. You know, Sam's done some amazing work this year, as is our whole board and chamber, but I just want to say that Sam's been a great friend, mentor. He's a great businessman, and I hope that I can continue the legacy that he started here at the chamber. I'm excited about the year ahead, but even more excited to have some new faces joining our board this year. I'd like to introduce the new leaders joining our board in 2020. Please stand as I call your name. Adam McAlpine from McAlpine Interests. Drew Gutierrez, North Houston Association Mud Director 152. Austin Bird from Berkeley Eye Center. Danny Sawyer, Plains State Bank. Millie Garrison, Humble Area Assistance Ministries. We have a great new group coming onto the board, and for the first time in our history, all of those new board members are actually graduates of our Leadership Lake Houston class, so pretty exciting stuff. It's now my pleasure to introduce the 2020 Executive Board. These board members make an extra commitment to serve our organization by committing to monthly meetings where they examine the Chamber's financial health, as well as ensure the overall mission and purpose of the Lake Houston area is being fulfilled. Your 2020 Executive Board includes past Chair Sam Schrade, DNA Studios, incoming Chair Danny Sullivan, Sullivan's Truck, Auto and Collision, Treasurer Erica Johnson, Chick-fil-A Wilson Beltway 8, Vice Chair Tim Baker, Independent Bank, Vice Chair Noel Cardenas, Memorial Herman Northeast, Vice Chair Brian Ruth, McCord Development, Vice Chair Jason Stubbe, City of Humble, and Vice Chair Dr. Catherine Pearson, Lone Star College Kingwood. Thank you all in advance for your contributions to our chamber and the community. 2020 is going to be an exciting year for the Lake Houston Area Chamber of Commerce. This year we will continue our transformation, combining the chamber and the Economic Development Partnership into a single entity. We'll launch a new name, logo, and marketing campaign for the combined entity. We'll continue our crucial flood mitigation and flood recovery efforts. We'll travel to Washington, D.C. to advocate for bills that make it easier to run businesses in our community, as well as other communities across the country. We'll continue providing exceptional events, like the luncheon you're attending here today, the Chamber Classic, Party on the Green, and the Lake Houston 10K, 5K. And we will continue developing future leaders through our YEP program and Leadership Lake Houston. As I said, it's an exciting time to be a part of this organization, but it won't be easy. We have a lot of work to do and many headwinds to performing that work. But I'm confident in the chamber staff, our board of directors, our committee chairs, volunteers, and in all of you. We have the right people for the job, and our future in the Lake Houston area is a bright one. Before we dismiss today, I'd like to once again recognize the sponsors who made the Awards Extravaganza possible. Presenting sponsor, Houston Airport System. Platinum sponsor, Insperity. Gold sponsors, HCA Houston Healthcare Kingwood and Lone Star College Kingwood. Award sponsor, Walgreens. Print sponsor, Postnet. Silver sponsors, Citizens Bank and Lake Houston Family YMCA. And bronze sponsors, Memorial Herman Northeast, Texans Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, and the Rotary Club of Humble. I want to thank you all for being here today to celebrate these wonderful individuals and to talk about our future. And at that time, we are adjourned.